So, what was the favorite dish that you like to make?
What did you say?
I
Can you
was
repeat
asking,
that?
what is your favorite dish that you like to make?
Oh, actually, what I like to make?
Yes.
I'm not sure. Like, I like different things, and just a minute. I need to answer to this message.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Okay, sure. Find out what is their interest. They might be interested in cars, like fixing cars or whatever, or new models or whatever. Ask them about that, they will start talking.
It's true. Of maybe awkwardness, because sometimes it's our little pacifier, the phone. It's our way to feel, oh, we're doing something or we're cool instead of like, do I know how to speak? So it's our pacifier, but we're not learning to do the real thing.
Ask open ended questions.
Oh, yes.
Don't ask closed ended questions. Do you like this? Yes or no? Those are closed ended questions, right? Oh, do you like the color pink? No? Yes? Whatever. Don't ask those questions. But if you are planning to ask those questions, follow it up with another open ended question where they can explain more. Oh, can you say why you like pink? Or why don't you like pink? I think it's a great color. Tell me more.
Welcome to Happily Ever After with the Raj
Raj family.
family. Today we want to share something that is very, very important when we want to build relationships. So, what is the single most destructive habit that we can have to destroy relationships? How can we start building friendships with strangers, people we meet? People ask us, how should I start? What should I ask? What should I do? So, what should we do?
I think the first one is to put the phone away. Put your phone away because it is going to kill your personal interaction with people. There is already a lot of complaints. A lot of people are struggling with that because when they go out on dates or when they hang out with people, there is always someone on their phone trying to I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're always on their phone and there is no personal real life interaction. I saw a post a year ago or a couple years ago. If the person that you go on a date with, if they put their phone this way, then you don't trust them. And the reasoning is that the other person doesn't want to see the screen and whatnot and all of that. And okay, my question was, what if there is a constant notification coming and the person is still distracted? Either way, it is distracting. It is kind of like making you feel suspicious and all of that. So it is all unnecessary things that is burdening people, burdening the society. So much so that we are killing real life personal interactions.
So, ask me a couple questions, talk to me, and then I'll keep this phone and we'll kind of do a scenario where the phone is in between us. So,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
do we feel when that happens?
Okay, so we'll see. You're asking to role play, yeah? Okay, let's see. So, what was the favorite dish that you like to make?
What did you say?
I
Can you
was
repeat
asking,
that?
what is your favorite dish that you like to make?
Oh, actually, what I like to make?
Yes.
I'm not sure. Like, I like different things, and just a minute. I need to answer to this message.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Okay, sure. I guess, do you have a lot of friends?
Oh,
that you
look how cute this picture.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I got distracted with this notification here in this group.
I know we are role playing, but it is already making me feel awkward. It definitely made me feel awkward. I'm like, there is no response, and I know full well this is a role play, yet it is making me feel awkward. And I'm not even faking it. It's true.
So, when we are the ones distracted and engaged with our phone, with messages, we don't really feel as bad. We kind of feel scattered, multitasking, however you want to call it. But have you ever been in that situation that you were not the one on the phone and you were asking questions or talking and the person was not engaged or was distracted or was not really present, physically there, but mentally completely somewhere else? How does it feel? It's just very, very blocking to any friendship. So, the first habit, the single most important habit in our society now is just put your phone away.
Absolutely.
And that was one of the first things we tried in our friendship, no?
Yeah. We try our best not to be involved with our phone, trying to learn about each other, trying to know each other, but then here trying to text and keeping up with everything doesn't really work at all. And also, I don't agree with the part of multitasking. It is not multitasking. You're just doing one task and that is going through your phone. The other person, when they are talking, you're not even listening to what they are talking. You're just on your phone. I have a good friend of mine who does that, and it so annoys me. This is just a friend. He's a guy. It's not a relationship or nothing. It's just a good friend. And when we hang out as a group together, he's biting his nails and on his phone, and he's not participating in most of our conversation. And then we have phone calls, just him and I. Many times he goes silent. He's like, That's all I can hear. But I have asked him a question and I'm hearing, That's,
So that gives us the way.
and it's so annoying to the other person, especially when you're on call and you're asking questions and trying to have a conversation, and the other person is on their phone or on their computer typing stuff away, and it's very disrespectful because it is two people taking time to intentionally spend time with each other. It is both people's valuable time. It's not just one. For both of them. How much respectful are you for the other person's time?
Yeah.
And this has shown to be a really big distraction for people because now we have notifications, and notifications are constantly popping up. In my WhatsApp, almost all of my chat groups or group chats are muted, so I don't get any notification. In fact, all the notifications are actually muted, so I don't get any notification. There are selective few apps that have the notification, and those are not chat groups or social media stuff. So those are the only ones that I have active, because I know I get notifications like maybe once or twice a day, and that's it. And it's not constantly blowing up my phone, and I'm not constantly like scattered, oh, this came and I have to do this and that came, because I did struggle with that initially. When all these notifications were on, I felt the need to answer. I have to answer this. If I don't answer this, there's some type of OCD goes in my mind. I'm like, oh, there's a message that I received, I need to respond. Oh, someone commented on my post, I need to respond to that. Something constantly happens, and I came to a point where I really was frustrated about myself, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to turn off all these notifications because I don't have to respond to every single one of them immediately. There are many things, many unimportant things that can wait till the end of the day. Like when I have some free time, I can respond and all of those things. And I could only imagine if that is happening when I am by myself, how much more distracting it is when I am with someone. This is even before Debbie came into the picture. How much more distractive it will be for me to have all the notifications on, and then there is 100 different rules. You shouldn't keep your phone facing up because you don't want the other person to know, and then there is another group saying you need to keep your phone facing up so that the other person can trust you. And then if I keep my phone facing up, there is going to be notification popping up, or I feel like the urge to see if someone sent anything or not. Why? It is like we are putting our life into a chaos trying to figure out our life. And that doesn't help at all.
No. And actually, at least before, this current generation, I don't know what are the etiquette rules for table and just social connection and what's proper, but I knew that to be unengaged and with something else at the table or whenever there's a conversation and you're part of it, you should not be just there checking your phone, or if it's, we're all traveling together and each one is in their world, or if it's like a meeting, a conversation, it's a sign of disrespect to just suddenly be in your computer or your phone, or you're talking with someone and you're just distracted with your phone, or at the table time doing that. That's a disrespectful. So we've lost table manners. We've lost social connections and social skills.
Absolutely.
There's no skills. So we get young people asking us, what should I ask? What should I do? Because we're really good at social media, but we're terrible at face-to-face skills to build friendships. So how can we improve in this area? So the single most important habit is put your phone away. Put it in airplane mode. Leave it inside your bag. Just disconnect from your phone so you can connect with the people. And we recently were in a mission trip to Austria, and that was the rule, to not have phones at the tables. And we had the most amazing conversations and connections and friendships with the people while we were there. And it was so refreshing. It was like, wow, friendships still exist. People that are normal and know how to ask deep questions and talk still are out there. But I think it's because they realized this and made that change in this habit. Put the phone away and friendships will flourish. Connections will build. You'll learn how to ask questions and how to talk. So that is very, very important. But there's more things that we should also include. But before we move to the others, I just want to I'm reading here. I just want to share that when we met, it was a little awkward at the beginning, like, how it's going to be to speak to a new person and what should I say, and kind of like this fear of the beginning. And I remember that I was at a table and I was watching something on my phone, and when I saw him coming into the dining area and there were not many other people, I decided, okay, let me put my phone away to show respect and care, and let me ask questions and just connect and not be like, oh, hi, welcome, and continue with my thing like nothing because of maybe awkwardness, because sometimes it's our little pacifier, the phone. It's our way to feel, oh, we're doing something or we're cool, instead of like, do I know how to speak? So it's our pacifier, but we're not learning to do the real thing. So I put it away, and that's how it started, our relationship. Absolutely. By putting the phone away. So we're huge into this because talking, connecting, learning about each other in person, if possible, is the best way to build relationships.
And to piggyback on the point that you shared before, people are suffering without knowing how to connect with people. They do ask, what am I supposed to speak with them? What questions am I supposed to ask them? Like, how do I connect with them? People struggle with that because they are so much involved in the phones. Now they know when to post stuff, what to comment, or what type of description should be given for their video or post or whatever.
Yeah, perfect descriptions, perfect poses, but no
social skills, in-person social skills, and it's killing the relationships. And I think we should go back to basics when it comes to that part, right?
Yes. So what are some other things besides the most important habit?
The other thing I would say is develop friendship. How you would develop friendship is to be friendly with the other person. You show yourself to be friendly. I cannot go into a place and seclude myself and expect people to come and talk with me. I can go and talk with people as well. And nowadays we have a lot of excuses. Oh, I'm an introvert, so I cannot connect. If you are an introvert and you cannot connect, then don't complain about not being able to find friends, because you won't find friends if you yourself are not friendly. Number one, of course, it comes back to the point of having your phone, having a screen on your face. If the second you do that, people will feel like, oh, it's okay, so they are occupied and we don't want to disturb them. So let them do their thing, because you are at a gathering or wherever and you are intentionally there, but your mind is not there because you're on your phone. People will automatically feel like, okay, this person is really busy with something else, let us not speak with them. We will go with someone else that does not have a phone or is already having a conversation. We do notice a lot of people who do that. There is always like 2-3 people there by themselves and not doing anything, just quiet and smiling, and then when something happens, they're on their phone. Take initiatives, talk, become friends. And this is not,
Ask questions.
yes.
Go, if not to a South American country, South American or India or some
India,
other country
yes.
where people ask questions and learn to ask. That helps to connect.
Yeah, because when you're on your phone or when you're not connecting with people, or if some people come and try to ask questions and you give one word answer, it doesn't work, because someone is trying to connect with you and you're not trying to connect with them. You're not putting the effort to connect with them, and that has happened to me several times. So for me, when I try to connect with people, usually I make jokes. I just say either jokes or compliment stuff. So when I do that, people immediately, they open up and they start talking. But there are moments where I do make comments or jokes or compliment stuff. Oh, thank you. And then turn their head away. Or they don't really reciprocate to the energy that I have. It makes it awkward. Once it makes it awkward, I don't feel like talking with you, because you're just showing me that you're uninterested in a conversation with me. So show yourself to be friendly. Even if you don't take initiative and someone else is taking the initiative, reciprocate to them. Show the energy. Now, if no one is coming to you, you go and talk with them, with the people. Mingle with the people. When you don't mingle with the people, you're not making friendships.
And for me personally, I think I'm partly introvert and partly shy. So when I don't know people, it takes me a little bit to warm up. So I might ask questions, just, courtesy, trying to know someone. And there's so much you can do. Some people are just not really friendly either. But at least you can do your part. So when I asked Martin at the beginning, I realized he was friendly as well. So it worked, even though I felt he was more introvert as well, like shy or something. But I asked, and then he would share openly, and then I felt comfortable, and we just went back and forth. But it was mutual. So for a friendship to develop, it's a biblical principle. If you want friends, show yourself friendly. I don't remember the reference, but look it up. It's a verse. And so if we want friends, we have to show that we are friendly people and that we can be a good friend. But as Martin has mentioned before, I think in the other episode, was that not to be overly attached and pushy, like, oh, I want you to be my friend, because friendship and love has to naturally grow. If we force it, we kill it. So we have to be friendly, but also give space. And when we ask, hey, where are you from and what are you doing here? The person might ask, sometimes more, sometimes less. You can always say, tell me more. I'm interested to know, where's your family, or why did you study this, or why are you working? What about your work you love? And so let the person share, and then hopefully the other person will also ask you questions, so then you can share. And that's when you throw the ball of a question and the person responds, they should throw it back to you, and it should keep going for the connection to build. And if you're struggling with question or conversation starters, in our website we have a free guide you can download with conversation starters. Different questions you can ask to random people to get to know them and just break that ice and build connections.
Absolutely. While we are saying to initiate the conversations, talk with people, we need to be sensitive as well. Don't take over the whole conversation. Don't make it all about yourself. There are some people that we know, once they enter the room, it's all about them. It's all about what they have gone through, what they accomplished, or what the sadness they have gone through in their life. They just hijack the whole conversation, and we don't want that to happen either. We need to be sensitive to other people as well. So ask questions, talk, communicate, but let other people talk as well. And don't try to like become the, what is it called, moderator in the group, or even in the personal thing. Becomes more like an interview. So what do you think about this? Oh, okay. And what do you think about that? How about this? Don't become an interviewer or a moderator. Interviewer when you're one-on-one, and moderator when it is a group. Let it flow freely. It's so much more easier when everyone is able to talk, both parties are able to talk and have actual uplifting conversation.
And a little tip, if maybe someone is not so much into talking or sharing so much, you can always also think, do you like to go hiking or do something and connect with people by doing things? Some people are better at that, and through that, you warm up and build connections.
That's so true. That's so true. That's a very valid point, because there are people, let's say, I'm going to take Debbie's example. You talk about hike and they might not really respond, okay? Find out what is their interest. They might be interested in cars, like fixing cars or whatever, or new models or whatever. Ask them about that, they will start talking.
It's true.
It's so true. I mean, I'm not downplaying hiking. There are many people that like hiking as well, talk about hiking, and then they start talking about stuff. Try to find what their interest is, and then you have their attention, because now they are very interested in sharing. We have seen that as well. There is this one of our friends. He's very introverted. Oh, I became friends with him recently. He's very introverted. But then when I spoke about his work and life ambitions, he started talking. He didn't let me speak anything. He started talking. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, know what they are interested in and then let them speak. And then you can put some points for yourself and share what are your interests. And that makes a huge difference. And it strengthens the friendship as well. And that is something
And
we also, sorry to interrupt you, that is something we always see, right? What if we have an interest, we want to learn what are their interests, so you can have an actual conversation. You were saying
something that just came to my mind talking with one of my clients, that she mentioned to me, what should I ask to get to know someone or to get conversation starters? And I told her kind of what were ours. And then she was like, isn't that too personal? Like, isn't that too much? And so each person is different. Some feel comfortable speaking about many things, others don't. The important thing is that you are mindful and careful. If someone doesn't want, you back off, and it's not like, oh, you have to share this, or why don't you want to share it? But at the same time, I think, yes, we come from different cultures and backgrounds. Like in Argentina, there's no question that is too personal in the sense of like, you can ask anything and everything. And the person can choose not to answer. And sometimes in that culture, they will be a little pushy. Like, hey, just like share it or whatever.
that happens in India as well.
So we know how it is to feel drilled with questions and no boundaries and very nosy people. That's one extreme. But the other extreme is you want to be so proper, so private, so careful that it's almost like no one is really interested on each other anymore, because maybe, this is not going to be okay. So there's such a big wall and boundary that you cannot even really connect. And so that is not good either. So like the questions we ask each other, I remember I asked him like, why did you do health ministry? And he studies, he's training in that. And then when was his conversion story?
Conversion
How did you get to, connect personally with God? How were you raised? And when was that experience for you? So those were like meaningful questions to me that I felt were key things, important things that someone would love to share. And he did, thankfully. But yeah, this client I was working with, she was like, isn't that too personal? And I was like, I think people would like to share like why they did what they did, like work-wise and passion, and what is their story with connecting with God. But
I
maybe
think
some don't. I don't
I think
know.
those are, in fact, need to be shared experiences, testimonies, especially conversion experience, that has to be shared. It is glorifying God. It cannot be personal. I cannot be like, oh, I had this experience, but I'm going to keep it with myself. You have to share it so it can encourage other people as well. What if the other person is going through a hard time and then you had the opportunity to share your experience, but then you blew it off.
You can choose how personal you want to go and how detailed in your stories and your experiences, but overall, as a general thing, it's something that, yeah. So
And
you have to kind of gauge if someone is like, well, I don't feel comfortable sharing my conversion story yet. Maybe they're going through it at the moment. Maybe they haven't really felt they've gone through an experience with God yet. So, certain questions people might not feel comfortable, and we can respect and be like, that's totally okay. Like, no worries. What do you want to talk about?
And speaking about questions, the other suggestion that we would give is ask open-ended
Oh,
questions.
yes.
Don't ask closed-ended questions. Do you like this? Yes or no? Those are closed-ended questions, right? Oh, do you like the color pink? No? Yes? Whatever. Don't ask those questions. But if you are planning to ask those questions, follow it up with another open-ended question where they can explain more. Oh, can you say why you like pink? Or why don't you like pink? I think it's a great color. Tell me more.
Yeah, and some people will be like, well, I don't know, I just like it. So that's where it ends. So then you can move on. But basically, open-ended question, it won't end with a yes or no, but it will have some more explanation. So, like, what colors do you enjoy the most and why? How do you like to use them personally, in your home, in your clothes, in your decoration, whatever it is? Or, what type of hobbies do you enjoy doing, and which one do you spend the most time, or do you wish you had more time to do? And for that, actually, we do love like little cards. There's a big talk little block of cards that have amazing questions that are truly open-ended. One question the person can speak like for a long time. So if you need a little extra help, you can always have like, hey, can we ask each other some questions if you already know each other more, or in a group setting, and it's super fun to get to know each other more like that.
Yeah, and it's deep questions. It's not superficial questions. It's deep questions. It'll make you to think. Now, you'll also be able to find out if the other person is faking it or if they are really being genuine, because those questions, when you answer those questions, you can only say genuine answers. If you don't give a genuine answer, people can find that out very easily. So it's pretty good.
Big talk. Look it up. So yeah, ask questions, be friendly, and ask questions that the person can have the opportunity to share more than just yes or no. So the other thing is to truly hang out together in group settings with people. So invite a group of people for a hike or for an outing or for a picnic, or to get together and have a supper together or watch a documentary together.
No, cooking relay.
Yes. Like just plan something together as a group and kind of have like a group date if you wish. Like you do something meaningful together and you're getting to know each other and spend time as a group with maybe a person you have interest in, but you can just have a more relaxed ambience like that if that is possible.
And also it'll help you to evaluate what type of person they are. Always group settings. When I was interested in Debbie, I intentionally was observing her in different settings. How was she personally, like when she and I would have conversations, how she was, and then how was she in the workplace, and then how was she when we would go in the weekends as a group. How did she connect with other guys? How did she connect with other girls? What were the conversations she was really entertaining? And those type of things are really valuable. So don't try to seclude a person when you're, let's say you're interested in them and you're still developing a friendship. Don't try to seclude them. When you try to seclude them, now it becomes awkward and you're trying to impress the other person and the other person is like trying to understand. Of course, as soon as you bring it as an secluded setting, they're gonna know that maybe you are interested in it, or some might be oblivious completely to it. So don't try to always just have the two of you or try to seclude, but go as a group, spend time as a team, let's say, and that helps you. You can do fun things. What type of conversations that person is having? Are they approving of certain inappropriate stuff that you don't approve of, or are there something, are the conversations that they are having is something boring to you? Those things are also very, very important to know, right? Because let's say you are interested in cooking and the other person is interested in hiking, and neither of you match each other's things. It shows very clearly, okay, it's not going to work because this person likes one thing and I like something else, and it doesn't match. You know, you can grow to like hiking, let's say, and they can grow to like cooking. It all depends. Again, you are giving each other space. There is no pressure there, but it's more free. It's flowing freely. Sorry, the F got stuck there. And so it flows freely and you are not under the pressure.
Yes. I'm just laughing because it flows freely. It didn't flow freely.
A little too fast.
Anyway, so yes, let it flow, and I forgot my thought. So let's see. Oh, yeah, group settings. We did a lot of that. And I was going to add that it does take away the pressure and awkwardness when you're getting to know someone. You can build a friendship a lot better when you have those group opportunities that is not like secluded and awkward, but it's more so then you become friends without that awkwardness. You get to know each other for who each other truly is. And then if you move forward to more, you already have like that awkwardness is gone. So if you have that in-person opportunities and group settings, it's awesome. And it's so, so helpful. So the last point we have here today, at least, is make time for relationships. It is a choice you have to make. Life is busy, and the older you get, the more responsibilities you have, the less time you feel you have. And the thought might come like, hey, you know, I don't really have time for relationship and to go out with people and to just spend time to build connections. So you are secluded, you want a relationship, but you don't have the time for it, and there's always so much busyness. But busyness will never end. It will always be there and grow. So you have to be determined what is important to me and make a decision to invest some time in it to make it grow.
For sure, because the biggest word in the current world of conversations is I'm busy. Busy, busy, busy. Yes, you are going to be busy till you die, or at least till you retire. But that doesn't mean you cannot live your life. That doesn't mean you cannot do any other thing. You have to organize your life. You have to get your act together. You have to
get some time management skills and prioritize and let go of stuff that maybe is not what you truly see it as important.
Yeah, and also many times it might not necessarily be bad things that is taking away all your time. It can be the good things as well. But how do you work on it? How do you focus on it? What is your priority? If your priority is to build relationships, and with that, by God's grace, you'll find you're the one, then you need to spend more time on that. Many times we mess up with our priorities because there is no enough time. We are busy doing this, we are busy doing that. Like you might have Wednesday night Bible studies, and then Thursday evening you have to go and volunteer at a shelter. And then on Sunday you are helping with, let's say, soup kitchen or something. And Monday, Tuesday, you have instrument learning music lessons or something, whatever is there. You are occupied with your whole week, your whole life is occupied, and you're busy and you're doing all these great things, but then you do not have time for the relationship or the friendship in this case. So we come to a point where we have so many things, we are doing so many things, but we don't have time to build genuine friendship. We don't have time to spend on relationships, and therefore the relationship suffers. And one shouldn't get into a relationship if the other person is occupied so much, period, because they are not going to have the time for you unless they make you the priority and they know, okay, this is my priority and this is when I'm going to spend more time learning about this person and the other things come next. There is no point in having this relationship.
If you don't have time to start a relationship, you won't have time for marriage, because marriage takes even more time in a way. Yes, you are a team of two, so you can accomplish more together, but if starting, which is the time that you really want to get to know each other, then when you're married, that you already know a lot about each other, you might even make less and less time. So it should start with making time, and for the rest of your life, making that a priority as well.
And also, people, after, even if they end up marrying, they struggle because they don't know each other. They don't know fully about each other, because here you are working, doing the right things, but you didn't really invest in your friendship phase. Therefore, you got into a relationship, and the relationship continues as how it was in the friendship phase. And you are married now, it's going to get even worse, as you said. And now you are at a point where you don't know the other person as much as you thought you did. But you know how the other people are when you volunteered at the shelter. Now you know a lot of people from the food pantry or soup kitchen. You know how your music teacher functions, but you don't know how your spouse is or what they like and what they dislike, because you spent majority of your time doing things that is good, but it's not necessarily helpful in developing that friendship.
A book that comes to my mind, and here, as you can see, we have a whole library behind us and all our favorite books.
Great. Okay.
Is The Best Yes. This book really talks about saying yes to what truly God wants for us and not to everything, because there are many things that are good, but we cannot say yes to everything, because everything we're saying yes to, we're saying no to something else. And this is a very, very eye-opening book. That was a blessing for me, especially as a people pleaser and with a lot of ministry opportunities, be it church, work, family, friends. Everyone has a need, a request, a goal, and you want to say yes to everything, to be kind and be a Christian. But are we saying yes to God's calling in our life in different areas? Even in little things, sometimes God has something he wants us to do, but then we are putting other 5 things in its place, and then God is not calling us for all of that. He's not expecting us to do that. So time management, priorities, learning to say yes to the right things at the right time is very important.
Absolutely. With that, we have come to the end of another episode on Happily Ever After, and we are the Raj family. Hopefully, you have now learned what is the most important thing that you need to know when you are in the friendship phase and you are trying to move forward in your, or trying to start a relationship.